everybody. I'm not Dr. Nick. Global Market Overview, week of April 13th, 2026. The global stock market enters the week of April 13th on a wave of cautious optimism. Markets staged a relief rally last week as a fragile two-week ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran eased immediate fears of a regional conflagration. While the S&P 500 and Australia's ASX 200 posted gains, investors remain wary of stagflationary shocks as energy prices remain volatile and the Strait of Hormuz remains restricted. U.S. sector movements and key drivers. The S&P 500 jumped 3.6%, led primarily by a surge in technology and high-growth sectors. Here are the movements and key drivers for the 11 main sectors. Information technology, up. Strong AI demand and tech-led rally amid cooling geopolitical fears. Communication services, up. Growth in digital advertising and momentum in major streaming platforms. Consumer discretionary, up. Better than expected jobs report boosted sentiment for retail and travel. Real estate, up. Falling treasury yields increased the attractiveness of high dividend yield assets. Financials, up. Optimism ahead of Q1 earnings season and stabilizing interest rates. Industrials, up. Policy support and defense spending expectations lifted heavy machinery stocks. Materials, up. Rising gold prices and domestic manufacturing demand fueled sector growth. Healthcare, up. Defensive positioning softened by volatility in pharmaceutical pricing outlooks. Utilities, up. Investors favored growth over defensive safety during the border rally. Consumer staples, up. Higher gas prices began squeezing margins for household goods producers. Energy, down. Profit-taking occurred despite crude oil prices remaining above $100. Top stock movers by exchange. Based on market data and prevailing economic forecast as of the week starting April 13, 2026, here are the two largest market cap stocks expected to move upward across major exchanges. United States, Nvidia, NVDA. Reason, leading global AI chip demand keeps driving record-breaking revenue growth. Risk factor, high valuation makes stock sensitive to interest rate hikes. Alphabet, Google. Reason, robust YouTube growth and integrated AI search dominate digital advertising. Risk factor, ongoing antitrust litigation could lead to significant structural changes. United Kingdom, HSBC Holdings, HSBA. Reason, benefiting from high interest rates and strong Asian wealth management. Risk factor, economic slowdown in China impacts loan book quality significantly. Shell, SHEL. Reason, high energy prices and strategic shift toward liquefied natural gas. Risk factor, increasing pressure for faster decarbonization impacts long-term capital strategy. Europe, SAP. Reason, transition to cloud services and enterprise AI integration fuels growth. Risk factor, intense competition from US-based software giants limits market share. ASML. Reason, exclusive provider of critical lithography machines for chip production. Risk factor, geopolitical export restrictions on China reduce total sales potential. Japan, Toyota Motor, TM. Reason, dominant hybrid leadership and massive investment in solid-state battery technology. Risk factor, weak yen volatility creates uncertainty for international pricing strategies. Sony Group, SONY. Reason, strong PlayStation software sales and demand for advanced image sensors. Risk factor, softening global consumer spending on premium electronic hardware products. Hit the subscribe button to stay informed. Which of these 8 stocks is in your portfolio? Leave a comment. Conditions, trends, and forthcoming news. Conditions and trends. U.S. markets show resilience despite 3.3% inflation. The UK and Europe face sluggish growth and potential stagflation, with the EU cutting forecasts. Japan benefits from a weak yen, boosting exports. Globally, investors are pivoting from fear of war to fear of persistent inflation as energy costs linger. Here at the Stock Market Performance playlist is this week's Stock Terminology Learner. What is the U.S. PPI data? The Producer Price Index, PPI, measures the average change over time in the selling prices received by domestic producers for their output. Wholesale inflation. Example, April 13, 2026. Markets are awaiting the March PPI report, scheduled for release tomorrow, April 14th. Based on the most recent February data. Current trend, the PPI rose 0.7% month-over-month in February, bringing the annual rate to 3.4%. Significance. This hotter than expected data suggests rising costs for businesses, often due to recent energy price surges, which typically leads to higher prices for consumers later. Leave in the comments what term you want defined in the next video. Anticipated news. Focus shifts to Q1 earnings with reports from Goldman Sachs and Netflix. Critical U.S. PPI data will reveal if energy costs are embedding in production. China's Q1 GDP is expected at 5.0%, while the ECB's meeting accounts will clarify the rate path. Watch for updates on the Pakistan peace talks to determine if the oil rally resumes. We're polling right now. Which sector are you betting on for the rest of April? Go to our community tab to cast your vote. Channel memberships and new merchandise are now available. Watch for the weekly videos dropping on Mondays and Thursdays. Disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Always perform your own due diligence before investing. 2 broker offers available, see video description. Leave a message in the comments. Like and share.
This is the stock market before